This ain't your ordinary football show. It's the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder. Brought to you by Priority Automotive.
Despite being unbeaten and ranked third in the nation, Coach Bobby Wilder had been saying for weeks his Monarchs were not a complete football team. So that 38-14 loss at home to Villanova last week was sobering, to say the least. Can this negative be turned into a positive as the Monarchs regroup? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. I'm Bruce Rader along with head coach Bobby Wilder. Villanova came into your house, plays its best game of the year, and totally dominates you the final three quarters of last weekend's game. What happened?
Yeah, really our worst fears were realized in this game, Bruce, from the standpoint of Villanova basically played keep away from us. You know, other than the first quarter where I felt like we were in control, they ran 85 plays in this game to our 58. We had been averaging 91 plays a game on offense, leading the nation in plays. And because they kept converting, our defense couldn't get off the field, and then our offense was not converting those last three quarters. They completely dominated us. Particularly the second half, Bruce. We remember now, we were up 14-10 at halftime, so that was where our worst fear was realized. They dominated time of possession and plays.
All right, so I'm sure you had a very interesting team meeting on Sunday. What did your players have to say?
Oh, they were incredibly disappointed, Bruce. They took ownership in the loss. They felt like that. They felt like they were prepared well by their coaches. They felt like they knew the game plan. They just felt like they got dominated on the field in the second half of the game. That's where they really felt like they got dominated, and I think we'll respond this week.
All right, after they had their say, I'm sure that you and your coaches had your say. So talking is one thing.
Right.
How do you prepare and how do you think you would respond to this week at practice as you prepare for 18th ranked Towson?
Yeah, we're going to play a very good football team at home. It's Saturday night, 7 o'clock. They're saying it's sold out. They're prepared, excited to play us. And what I was most excited about, Bruce, is we came out of that team meeting on Sunday, and our guys have Monday off. That's a non-practice day for us. We came out Tuesday and had our best practice of the year. They were excited. They were focused. They want to rebound. Now, saying and doing are two different things, but I really like their attitude this week in our preparation for tomorrow's game.
Now, last year at this time, you were coaching the 18th ranked team in the nation. You had an 11-point lead over Towson at home. Towson makes that 2-point conversion, recovers an onside kick, and then scores on that famous 4th and 29 play. Did you happen to bring that up this week?
That has come up. The players have seen that video. They've watched it, and the amazing thing about that, Rob Ambrose, their coach, and I are friends, and he and I have talked about it had to be the perfect storm for them to win that game at the end, and it taught us a good lesson about playing 60 minutes, but that did come up, Bruce, and the fact that we didn't know it at the time, but that loss cost us the conference championship. That cost all of our kids championship rings. They went 7-1, we went 6-2, so there's some added motivation for this game tomorrow.
All right, we're going to talk more about Towson a little later. How did Saturday's loss affect your playoff hopes, and more importantly, does it make Saturday's game that much more important?
You know, here's the great thing, Bruce, about FCS football. Unlike the BCS, where a loss and you may be out of contention, you can lose a game or two in the FCS and still make it. Remember, our tournament is, as you well know, is 20 teams. There's 10 that get in automatic. There's 10 at large. And for us, we have to be an at large this year. We can't win the league title. But if you're 10-1, you're going. If you're 9-2, you're going. If you're 8-3, you're right there on the bubble. And last year, a 7-4 JMU team got in the tournament and won a game. So with the reputation of our league, I think we're still in really good shape right now as long as we can get back to our winning ways.
All right, we'll find out on Saturday night. You know, Coach, the Old Dominion defense has taken some heat this season, but one guy who always runs at full speed is linebacker Craig Wilkins. He joins Chris Reckling tonight. Chris?
He is considered the heart and soul of the Monarchs defense. But what gives you that distinction? If you're Craig Wilkins, it's leading by example, showing others how to train, prepare, and how to play the game of football.
Yeah, I mean, I tackle the same. I mean, I go hard in the weight room because hopefully it will translate out here on the field for me. Because if I slack in the weight room, more than likely I'll probably slack on the field.
Wilkins, a redshirt senior linebacker from Washington, D.C., established himself early in his career and has been named the defensive captain for the 4th straight year. A four-year captain is truly rare in college sports.
It means a lot to me, but like I tell other people, I mean, I'm a 4-year. My first 2 years of being the captain, it wasn't much talking for me because I just felt like I was among my peers. I wasn't an upperclassman. I wasn't a junior anything, or senior, anything like that. I just led by example, and my teammates respected that. These last 2 years, I've done more talking.
While the Monarchs defense has been a major concern this season, Wilkins, an all-CAA player, says his unit takes pride each time it steps on the field of play.
I mean, I take it very personal. I mean, it's what I do. I mean, this is what we all do. I mean, we take pride in what we do, and the last few games has not been a good show. And
as one of the original Monarch players, Wilkins hopes to leave a legacy after his playing days are over here at Old Dominion.
It's been a journey for all of us who've been here since August 13, 2008. I mean, for us who still left, we just want to leave our mark on this program, you know, a great one. I mean, we helped build it, and to see the beautiful house that this became, we just want to put the nice doorknob on it.
In Norfolk, Chris Reckling for the Old Dominion Football Show.
Coach, Craig Wilkins certainly has been a huge asset to you both on and off the field.
Oh, he sure has, Bruce. He's excellent in the community, the classroom, and as Chris Reckling mentioned, he's a 4-year captain. I don't know if there's ever been another 4-year captain in college football. Very proud of what he's accomplished.
All right, still to come. He's become quite the prolific wide receiver, but Nick Mears hasn't caught anything like the heat he's going to face in this week's 1-minute drill. Plus, Coach Wilder's priorities of the game for tomorrow's pivotal showdown at Towson University. We'll be right back. Coach, we watched him at Lansdowne High School on Friday Night Flights, and since coming to Old Dominion, he's been one of the team's best receivers. But can Nick Mears put the moves on Ali Lucia this week in the 1-minute drill? Ali?
Are you a little bit intimidated by the 1-minute drill rapid fire questions, or are you handling yourself okay?
I think I'll be all right.
So you're a local guy. Favorite local spot?
I like to go to the Monarch Grill over here on campus.
Favorite meal there?
The cheese fries.
Favorite TV show that you watch?
Off to work at the Krusty Krab, frying up patties and blabbity blab.
SpongeBob.
Why do you want an endless summer, Mr. Krabs?
So I can open me latest money-making venture, the Krusty Pool!
Really?
Yes.
Do you have any impressions you can give us?
Absolutely not.
You grew up here, so are you a beach guy or a pool guy?
Neither. I don't like the water, but I prefer the pool. Too many people at the beach.
And what is something that Monarch fans don't know about you?
I have a terrible phobia of bugs. Any kind of bug.
Spiders?
Anything. It doesn't
Mosquitoes?
matter. Mosquitoes, flies, ants.
So you're telling me if I put a spider on you right now, you might scream?
I would run.
And if you could play any other sport besides football, which one?
Basketball.
Did you play basketball in high school?
Yes, I played point guard for Lansdowne.
Okay.
If I was a little bit taller, I might could do it. All right, Monarch fans. It's been good. Catch you ain't got to go home, but I got to get up out of here.
Coach, Nick Mears has made some big plays for the Monarchs over the past few seasons.
Oh, he sure has. And right now, Bruce, statistically and performance-wise, he's playing like the best wide receiver in the league.
All right, still to come. Coach Wilder answers your questions in the Coach's Corner, as well as bringing us his priorities of the game for tomorrow's CAA showdown against the Towson Tigers. Coach Wilder, tomorrow you travel to Johnny Unitas Stadium in Baltimore to take on a Towson team that hung tough with the then third-ranked LSU Tigers, and after dominating Maine last week, had to hold on for a 5-point win. So tell us about 3-3 Towson.
Well, 3-3 Towson, I think, is the best 3-3 football team in the league. Bruce, they have 2 1A losses. You mentioned the loss at LSU, which was a close game. They lost at Kent State, and then their other losses at number 2 JMU. So those are their 3 losses right now. They're as good as anybody in the country. They've got Terrence West, who was the Rookie of the Year last year, and all of one NCAA football, scored 29 touchdowns. Grant Anders is excellent. And they've got the leading defense in the country right now, only allowing 285 yards a game. So this is going to be a major challenge for Old Dominion to go in there and win this football game.
You had a tough time stopping him on the run last year. What are you going to do differently tomorrow?
We did. We're going to have to stack the box a little bit more, get an extra safety in there. We're going to have to tackle better and be more gap responsible, and I think we will. Our guys are excited for this game.
All right, it's time to turn it over to you, the fans. It's time for the Coach's Corner. And Mike from Portsmouth asked Coach, at this level, how difficult is it to keep your assistant coaches around when there is always the lure of big money from these BCS level university? Has anyone tried to raid your staff yet?
It definitely is a challenge, Bruce, to keep all your assistants in track, particularly if you're winning. And for example, one of our first coaches, Chip West, was hired away from Old Dominion to UVA. But the one great thing we have going at Old Dominion, and as you know, Bruce, it's a great area to live. It's a great area to raise your family, and Old Dominion's a great place to work. Thanks for the question, Daniel.
All right, how about Daniel in Suffolk, who asks, on those fourth down plays at midfield when Heineke sort of pooch punts,
right.
Does he have discretion to change that play if he sees it?
Uh-oh, Daniel wants me to give away the secrets now. That's a really observant question from Daniel. What we do is we signal that in from the sideline, Bruce, and if we notice the safety stay down and defend the play, then we're going to punt the ball because now there's no returner, so there's no threat for return yards. But that one's signaled in from the sideline. We did it with DeMarco, and we did it with Heineke. Thanks for the question.
All right, so if it doesn't work, we're blaming the coaches. Milton in Norfolk asks,
as well you should.
What's Thomas DeMarco up to these days? Everyone always suspected that he might get into coaching.
Yeah, Thomas is up in Canada right now playing professional football. He's a third-string quarterback there, but just a phenomenal job making the team, Bruce. I really feel like he's going to come back to this area, even though he's from California, Bruce. Loves this area, wants to come back here and work, and I think once their season's over, he'll be back. Thanks for the question.
All right, but no more eligibility. Okay, time for the priorities of the game for tomorrow's contest against Towson. Coach?
Yeah, the number one priority for this game, Bruce, is we've got to circle the wagons. We've got to regroup after that loss to Villanova last week, go on the road to play a very talented Towson team. Number two, we're going to need to control the Towson run game. They go for over 200 yards rushing a game, which is a big number up near the top of the league, but we've got to at least slow them down and force them to throw the ball more. And then number three, get our offense back on track. We were an offense averaging 56 points a game going into the Villanova game, held to 14, so we got to get them back on track. Those are the priorities for this week's game at Towson.
All right, back on track. That's the motto for tomorrow.
Back on track.
So the Monarchs hope to rebound tomorrow against Towson. Then it's back home next weekend against Delaware. Good luck tomorrow, Coach.
Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Rooting for you.
Thank you, 12 Monarchs.
That's it for tonight. Join us every Friday night at 10:45 here on Fox 43 for the Old Dominion Football Show. Good night, everybody.